Hello from Kenya. I've been here for a week now trying to find Starship heat tiles and had zero luck. So I'm going to mark Kenya safe from Starship heat tiles. Kenya's not safe from having cool beaches though, because they've got cool beaches. The people here are very friendly. It's inexpensive here. Hotel rooms and food and so on. Pretty inexpensive. Even gasoline compared to Europe is cheaper. The beaches are really fine white sand. Now right now they have about 10 foot of tide and it's low tide. But when the tide's up, we'll have 5 foot of water, 6 foot of water at least right in front of us, if not more. These beaches are marked by these ancient coral caves. And some of them are pretty deep. And I've already kind of stuck my head into them because the heat tiles like to float. And if it was possible to have heat tiles here, this would be a prime location for them. If the surf washes up in here twice a day when they get to high tide, as you can see, it goes pretty far back there. I haven't seen any heat tiles yet, so I've done this before, and if there's any heat tiles in the area, there'll at least be small pieces to indicate, yeah, they've been here. So, like in Mexico, after Starship 24, the heat tiles that I found whole were cool, but the little pieces never ran out. So I tell myself that you could go back to any of those places I've been and you would be able to see a small piece of heat tile. And sure enough, I tried it and it holds true. So here, the heat tiles never made it to. And despite my predictions of currents and so on, the only way to find out is to do it on the ground. So I jumped on an airplane. I came to Kenya. It didn't work out for heat tiles, but I got to see Kenya, and it's quite the experience. Kenya has very kind people. They have beautiful beaches, but it's very much like any third world country. There's a lot of poverty. They maintain a pretty clean lifestyle. You don't see a lot of trash everywhere and so on, like in some third world countries. But there's definitely a lot of poverty, a lot of unemployment. But the people are hustling all they can to get something going. You know, when you come to any one of the speed bumps, there's a guy out there trying to sell you a bottle of water or a bag of peanuts or a coconut. You know, these guys are just trying to get by. So I try to support them as much as I can. And, you know, Kenya was a British colonial territory, and you would think that it would be further advanced. They speak English here, but it's not. So they've been abandoned by the West and by the English and the Portuguese before them. And then there's, you know, Kenya's always been some place to kick around. Different people ruled them, and even now, the Al-Shabaab from Somalia is trying to make it inroads into northern Kenya. So I think this may be the last beach I search here. I just want to kind of wrap it up with a little talk about what it's like to be here in Kenya. This time of the year, it's like August 19th, and the weather's awesome. I mean, it's 75 degrees, the wind's blowing, the water's nice. You can take a boat ride on a boat here for a couple hours for $8. You can go scuba diving for $30. You know, so there's a reason why people come to Kenya. And of course, up in the highlands, you can do a safari and see elephants and so on. Even on the coastline here in the northern part, they have hippopotamus and they have giant Nile alligators and monkeys. And so It's an adventure to come to Kenya, and I'll never forget it. So there you go.